Before, I was a drug addict, and I ate garbage, and I took very bad care of myself.
What's your workout routine? How do you stay in, shape? I'm 55 years old now. I think when I shot the original movie that you guys were asking about was in 1990, and then we shot the sequel 5 years ago.
And then I got cancer. And I had it cut out. And I needed to fix my body. So I went to Michael to do his 30-day cleanse and get my physical body back on track.
For me, one of the big turning points, I want to say about 13 years ago, 12 years ago, I used to take a ton of supplements like everybody else, capsules, acidophilus, bifidus, all your omega-3, 6, 9s, just handfuls of stuff. And I was approached by Michael, and he had said, what do you spend on that a month? And I said, I don't know, I'm probably close to $1,000, which is like ludicrous looking back on it now. And basically his protocol is whittled down to 4 or 5 things, maybe an additional if you're dealing with some certain ailment or problem that you want to work on. So, like you said, you basically, what do you got to lose? So I tried it, and within 2 months, without me even trying, I lost 5 more pounds of body fat, gained more lean muscle mass, had more energy than I thought I would ever have, based upon what I was doing. That was a huge plus. I mean,
Surprisingly easy. You have to do it every day. It was very simple to do. Michael was wonderful. He made it as painless and as comfortable as possible. And I benefited from it. I learned his meridian grounding, which has helped a lot with my stress and my anxiety. And I've taught it to my children.
I used to have, back in the day, cravings all the time. On the weekend, I would pig out and eat whatever I wanted. And I craved salty foods, fast food, chocolates, this and that. And once I started that protocol, the LifePulse, without me even being cognizant of it, I no longer had cravings. And I just kind of realized that as months were going on. I go, hey, you know what? I haven't craved a whole can of Pringles or, whatever the thing was.
And I love his protocol, his LifePulse. I do it every day. I've done it for a year. I wasn't doing it correctly, so I went down there and he helped me and he showed me how to do it. And I came home with a whole new energy and a new look on life.
And immediately noticing a difference in energy and focus. I suffer from ADD, have my whole childhood. For some reason, I seem to be more in tune and hyper-focused to stuff. And that I noticed in my work. It takes an extreme amount of focus. And a lot of the times when we have shows going on, I'll stay up, and 16-hour days are the norm, which is horrible for sleep deprivation. And so my recovery was very important. And on this protocol, I can get by with 3 hours of sleep, no problem. I don't know where it manifested for him. I always think, I'm happy, I'm fine. But the body was chronically depressed. So Michael had me take another addition to the 5 items that are in the basics of the protocol. And within 2 weeks, I'm sleeping less. I was probably doing 2 complete 3-hour sleep cycles. That's for me, that's a sleep cycle is 3 hours. And I was waking up refreshed. And like I said, going to work and only getting sometimes 1 hour of sleep or 2 hours or 3 hours, I'd conk out. And the way that this stuff works, that's what I tell them I attribute it to. It's made a huge difference in my life as far as, like I said, energy, focus.
And I have never felt better. And I get more and more healthier every day. And my spirit is stronger every day. And I'm very thankful for Michael and what he's done for me. Thank you.
For me, I'm really a kind of a person that I have to be shown, because I'm a routine freak, and I'll stay into some routine, whether it's diet, exercise, whatever. And if somebody introduces, like Mike did, and said, look, what do you got to lose? Just try it. And I did. It just made a huge difference. So, a lot of people ask me, how do you stay in good shape as you are at 55 years old? And that's what I attribute it to. That has made a dramatic and extraordinary difference in my life, both physically, mentally, and then, I don't know, people around me notice, a difference with mood changes once we start fine-tuning certain ailments. And that's kind of the one thing that's another plus, is that if you're going through something or something pops up, generically in your life, some type of ailment, it can be focused in and fixed through Mike's, protocols and his ideas of what would work best. But I'd have to say that's kind of the main plus in my life. And people say, through the sequel in 30 years, and if we're going to shoot another one, what's keeping me youthful? And that would be it for me. I think that's been the secret for me with the nutrition.
The LifePulse Shaman website and I do not diagnose, prescribe medication, or recommend that any person change or discontinue prescriptions. That would be crazy. There are licensed pros for a reason. Consult with them at all times. There is no substitute for medical or psychological care.